I am Sean, and I'm going to be hosting a few mini crochet alongs for a group that I am in. Feel free to come and join us and have fun. It's called Hooks and Yarn Worldwide, and we're on Facebook. It's a great group of people, and I wanted to do some Amigurumi. Okay, I've seen this word written a million times. I never really knew how to pronounce it. It's basically Japanese crochet toy making, and this is how I pronounce it: crochet stuffed toys. I never use this word unless I'm doing a hashtag on Twitter or Instagram. Anyway, so I have a free pattern already out there. It's called Eugene's Grimbly Gunk. And it's basically just a crocheted sloth. But the reason I called it that is because if you watch Walking Dead, Eugene had this wonderful little guy and he didn't know what to call it, and he called it a Grimbly Gunk. So I made this little pattern, and there were a few people in our crochet group that have never done crocheted stuffed toys, also known as that. So that's what we're going to be doing. So this little video is just going to tell you what you need to get. So this one is the original colors of the Grimbly Gunk in Walking Dead, but of course you can do them in whatever colors you want. I used like a flesh color, and then white, gray, black, and that's it. So I'm going to be making one in blues. So I'm going to be, instead of using the white, I'll be using this light blue, and I'll be using the dark blue instead of this body. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's the colors of Ravenclaw, and my daughter likes Harry Potter. And I know this has nothing to do with Harry Potter, but I'm making her a Harry Potter sweater, so I happen to have those colors on hand. And then the gray will be for the eyes, and the white will be for his face, and the black will be for his little features. So you will also need a stitch marker. Personally, I just like to use a long piece of yarn that is a nice contrasting color so it doesn't get lost in the shuffle, and I will show you how I use that as we go. You need some scissors to snip, and you might need like either a scratch piece of paper to keep track of how many rounds you have done, or I use this little thing to keep track of my rounds, or you can just count them, and a little tapestry needle to weave in your ends. And then whatever yarn you choose, I personally use Red Heart because I love it. It's indestructible, it washes really well, and they have a great color selection with no dye lots, so winning. But you can use whatever yarn you want. Just make sure that the hook you use will give you nice tight stitches. Personally, I crochet very loose, so I use a very small hook. I'll be using an F hook for this. You might be able to get away with an H if you're using Red Heart, but it doesn't really matter what hook size, because it doesn't matter what size it turns out, as long as your little stitches are small. And feel free to use a lighter weight yarn if you want a smaller sloth. And I think that's pretty much it. So once you get your supplies, we can start on the actual crocheted stuffed toy. See you in a bit.